Greetings everyone and welcome to Tlatoani Aztec Cities, a new city builder coming out to Steam as early access on October 31st, 2024. This is a sponsored video by Paradox Arc and the game is developed by Perspective Games and Bellwood Studios, and I like to show you hands-on gameplay of this Aztec city builder that does remind me of the good old classics. We build a metropolis in ancient times, from humble beginnings to massive cities that conquer and trade. We need to watch out for food, service satisfactions, gods, and even wild animals. Don't forget to check out the link in the description to learn more about it. Okay, to show you hands-on gameplay, we have three options available. We can play the campaign, the scenarios, or a random map. This is pretty cool. You can have lots of different random maps if you want to, with all different types of parameters. We can also play a scenario where there is a certain mission with a certain story and a certain goal behind that on predefined maps, and then we have a very extensive campaign that I would like to show you. I'm going to skip mission 1, that was the tutorial mission, and we're jumping into mission 2, Epcoac, right away. Let's go.
7th day of the month of dryness, in the year of 12th rabbit. It is looking to be a difficult year. Tzompanco has been under sporadic siege by the Tepanecs and the armies of Cuautitlan for nearly a year now. Our fighters have shed blood together often enough to earn the respect of the Tlatoani, and it was only last spring that our young Prince Toscuecueshli was wed to Tlaquilxochitzin, the princess of Tzompanco. It seemed that we had a budding alliance, but between the granaries burned by the raiders and a run of scanty harvests, the city now has too many mouths to feed, and our gracious hosts have begun to tire of our presence. To relieve these pressures, Chief Iztacmixcoatl has taken counsel with the other nobles and agreed to relocate as many Mexicas as are able and willing to settle the northern shores of Lake Xaltocan. There, we will found and fortify a new settlement and take measures to stock our own larders. We have decided to call the new village Epcoac, after the oyster shells that our scouts found by the shore. The site is fertile, but potentially at risk of Chichimec incursions, and in addition to fortifying the site, we will be expected to yield our usual tribute of grain and goods to Chiconcuao, the Tlatoani of Xaltocan. It is likely our settlement is being used as a buffer against the risk of invasion, while their nobles enjoy the relative safety of an island stronghold, but I suppose we're not in a position to be picky. In any case, General Tecpatzin will be arriving with the prince and a delegation of settlers within the next few days. It is late now. I will take the next watch while we await the general's coming.
Alright, so in this case here, we're starting once again on a city. So we, basically start here on the shores now. For this one, we have a couple of options available here. Well, a bunch of goals that we want to achieve. We have 18 souls working, or well, living here right now. Some nobles as well, that's the elite workers. We have a bit of coin that is here, the axe monies represented, 2,000 we have. And yeah, also we have over here then our city symmetry right now. It's average, right? So if we push more temples, for example, we can get this up and running better. We have no building materials right now. All the way up here we can see this. Some timber, some stone is much needed for my first basic construction. In the center of the city center, we do have a trading post over here. With that we can start trading. It's not a trading post per se, it's a stockpile more or less, right? That actually has it's a warehouse that can store all the resources we need. A mason yard, very important. Here we actually produce stone and construct buildings with that. A noble compound and a fortress that is providing additional security to the region. Very important. That is a clay pit over there to provide some clay that we'll also need. The game also tells me that I should probably build 2 clay pits near the water and also sawmills close to the forest. So we do have a bunch of forests over here, right? Also a massive one there in the center. And in this case, let's go ahead and start building us those things right away. The clay pit by the water, not too far away preferably, and we can also build us a road then right away as well. We should do this, otherwise people cannot transport resources around. For the soya, this one needs to be close to a to a forest. We already have one here, so I'm going to place another one up here by this forest, and I'm also going to place one here by this forest here, right? Now we need to complete that. We, by the way, have 10 years in this mission here. Let's unpause the game while we're at it, and people are now going about their business, and bustling it is on the streets already. So there is warriors here, so we can actually, you know, hover over them and see who they are. With names that I'm not even trying to pronounce. We can also see their profession, how experienced they are in their profession. That is really important, and their age and their gender. So all of this is important for us, of course, to know how we can develop our city further. The second Sawyer is finished, right? So we have now this one here that's still being under construction, and also this. We can also speed up time if you want. So we have a day and night cycle. So right now it's getting daytime, getting a bit brighter. Oh yes, very good for the eyes. And we are building now still that, so it's not that easily built, right? Especially since we need lots of masons and workers doing this. So there's my next clay pit. This one here is now producing clay, right? That is then being delivered to the mason yard. It can house 2 staff, 2 people working this. Right now there's no one. So they should actually go for it automatically. That is my hope here. Okay, this one's finished. This one's finished. Very good. Now we have that. Next up, we need to also mark trees for raising. Now they can do this themselves. We can also speed the process up by doing it ourselves, right? We can mark trees ourselves, and they're being raised then. So in this case here, that speeds things up a bit. And this one's also finished. Now we're waiting for some personnel on these buildings. And we can also see here, for example, the stockpile and the production efficiency. And as we can see, they're also chopping down trees themselves. Next up, having secured the building materials, we should now work on some food production. For this, very important that we need to start is a granary. This houses then food, right? And we also need to take into the fact that we can only farm on fertile land. That is the green tiles that we have. We can also click on these tiles, by the way, and we can see what it is. All right, so this is, for example, suitable for stable crops, such as maize and chili. So we have different type of crops there. While down here we have the barrens. This is not really good for farming, right? It lacks vegetation and fertility. So up here it is, and with that, let's build us a granary. We can build it close to the sawmill. It doesn't really matter for it, because this one has the forest close by anyway. And let's also build us a nice road over here, where we can then also place some farms. That's important. This will take some time here now, because it's a pretty big building. Foundation has been set, so every building basically has a different building stages, right? And really takes some time, but there it is, the granary in all its glory. And we can now set what we want to store inside here. So for a city like this, maize would be good. So we can now accept this one up to a certain limit. We have up to 60 space, 60 stocks, right? So let's go with 16 for this and accept this one. And then we also want to get some chilies going here that I'm also going to accept, right? And in this case, now we need to start building some farmhouses and a small market. This one allows them to sell those goods that we are storing, right, to houses. That's something. And while this is being built, let's also work on my first housing. We have 2 types available there right now. The farmer hut, that makes it possible to farm and house people at the same time. That is pretty cool about this building. So let's just go ahead and build us that first farmhouse somewhere. Yeah, let's make a bit of a distance here to make it look a bit more organic, right? And also down here and down here. So there we have 4 farmhouses. We need to keep a bit of space because we're going to place fields around that as well. A bit closer to the city center, we can start with the common houses, the common homes. This is where craftsmen work and live, basically, right? So it's important that we also get this going. And let's just see, let's make us a block of 4 of them right here in the city center together with a road. There you go. This was fast, right? So the farmer huts are already finished. I love how in the night they get their own lights. Very, very cozy indeed. What we also need to do is have some fields for them now, right? So like a maize field, for example. And the thing is, you just need to place it close to them, and they can have up to 32 fields. And the game automatically recognizes for which farmhouse I'm actually doing this right now. So then we have this one here, right? Let's just see. There you go. And then I would also like to have some chili. We should have different type of fields to have some kind of variety going here. This makes people only happier. And then we can also make this one here. That is for more chili. So we have now chili and maize fields here that are working. However, the game wants me to build enough farms so we can feed a population of 1,120. So that would need a few more tiles than just this. Alright, the farmers getting employed here. There they are. They're actually then going to work the fields as well. Also, my houses have been finished, the common homes. They can also house a lot of people actually, and we can see that 6 of them are moving into this house here. They have then access to a market that provides goods itself, and they also want service access. And only when we have fulfilled the service accesses do these people level up, right? So this is the tier 1 housing that we have here, and this one we want to upgrade to a better quality, of course. Okay, the game wants me to build 8 of them, so let's just have a few more. The next farmhouse is coming along. All of this also raises my prosperity level. So as we can see, this is going up, right? Up to 10. And the more needs we provide, the more jobs we offer, the higher my prosperity. So this is one of the cornerstones of measurement of stuff that we want to actually raise. Okay, this was not enough after all, so we need way more farmland. So in this case, let's use the other street that we have over here. Lots of further land here once again to get me another farmhouse here, another one here, here, and also, ooh, this could be tricky. Let's not make any other. Let's have those 3 for now, together with the respective fields. We could also go with some fruit trees, papaya and chicle, that we can grow here. And the cool thing is we can even mix the fields in a house itself, right? The farmhouse can then grow different type of crops. And with that, we have now enough. Speed up time again. We are now in the month of encouragement. This is also a really cool feature, right? So we can see here the festival calendar, the different months that we are working on. Right now, we are in the encouragement for the land over there. So we could make a festival out of this if we had the resources, right? It's too late for this festival now. Next is empty days, and then we're starting again with the seasoning of water. So here we could already set up a festival now, right? A small one, for example, for this beginning of the year, days 1 to 20. And right now we're in day 341 to 360. This is really cool. So it gives you a bit of a structure of the year instead of just naked numbers, where you can then also then work on some of those festivals. Okay, the city is getting busy. Busy bees, and we need to store something. Of course, we need to store enough here. Let's actually, you know what, raise it. And I also had fruits, right? Go in with the fruits as well. That's that. Now for services, we have the common homes now here, and we can provide them different services. Very important is a well dipper. This one gives me water access, and that is something they're missing right now. Right now they have security fulfilled. That's because we have a fortress over there. But of course, we want to also go with the rest. So health, civic, diversion. The wealth dipper is important for the water access. So let's have this one, yeah, somewhere here in the center. Together with a sweeper that keeps the streets spotless and transports soil and detritus away from the housing. Let's have this in these single tiles here by the market. There is another one that is for security, but we have security thanks to the fortress, so I'm not building that. Yep, and now all the fields are working and producing food for us. Okay, we also have fire, so random events, and this one is damaging the building now. In this case, we don't have the well dipper yet. They're not getting the water from the river, right? Or the lake that we have there. Let's hope they're doing it fast. We still need more timber for this one. Yeah, it has a lot of health though, so it should be fine. There's the well dipper. And now it should be able to douse those flames, please. Your citizens feel uplifted. Oh, nice. So we do have some happiness now coming in. We can further improve the happiness by offering them, for example, an alcove. Provide small space for drummers and flutists to perform. And this will make people basically happy that are close by. We can also see the radius of this, right? So how far it actually goes. So if I place it here, for example, we can basically cover the whole city almost. So let's go ahead and place one here. And this makes it possible so that we have then also more fulfillment in this region here, where I would like to have it. Let's also get me a road going. Another one, so we can continue with this block. Okay, not much food is coming in right now. It really takes some time here. Okay, next, to offer more variety, we also need some meat, and for this we need hunters. Now, first of all, we need to make that so that meat is being accepted or actually, well, be getting by the granary, right? And then we can go for some hunting lodges. There it is. They don't need a road connection per se, so they don't have it. By the way, road connections you can see by the blue dot, right? But they can also function without it. And we'll just see, or we just need to place them somewhere where we have lots of, well, wilderness and forest out there. So something like here, for example. There we can have one, and then probably on the other side of my town as well. They also help me in case of war, right? So we also get some, yeah, hunters with them, some people that use a bow and stuff like that. Now, another thing is we should irrigate those fields, and we can do this with a canal. This needs to be connected with a water body. So this one here, and then we can get this canal all the way over there to irrigate my fields. And we should probably do this. Oh, we don't have enough water though. 50 fields I need to irrigate. There's, by the way, is that water? Yeah, there's also water over there, so this makes it easy for those fields. Also will take some time to construct this now, this water canal. And there's the water connection. I just love how detailed these canals look. They even have trees on the side. And also my hunter has been finished over here, so we get the first hunters in already. And there's also now the water flowing. Takes some time here. Tribute change. The annual tribute you owe to Xelocan has been changed. You must now send 2 pottery each year. What? Alright. Guess I will need to get me some pottery going. Also have a canal here, by the way, to this body of water. I hope it is one. It's a bit hard to see right now. We can also, if we want to, relocate a building easily, right? Especially in this case here, since I need this area here for the canal, and I always love this feature. Relocate structures, because it makes it so much easier for planning purposes. And I didn't know that we need to have the that the hunting lodge needs to have tiles around it as a clearance, right? So we cannot place the canal here. That's the tricky thing about this. For the pottery, we need to build a kiln. Kiln produce pottery from clay using timber for fuel. So let's have this one by the clay pit, I guess. Some over there. And with that, we should hopefully be able to provide the pottery that we need. City mood is excellent. People wish to come to your city, and we have no shortage of workers. That's great to hear. Would someone please now move the hunter lodge? There's the kiln. So this consumes now my timber and also my clay that we have to produce pottery. And what I can see is we have 9 pottery finished. That's then being sold at the local market. And there it would be. Now we must provide the tribute. Let's just check it out. Pottery, there it is. And let's actually make this one balance of 12. 8 pottery. So let's hope that we get it in then with that. Okay, after a while, the hunting cabin has also been moved, and we're very close on storing the meat that we need. I still need to work on a few more. These canals take a long time though. Quite expensive they are. There it is. Thank you very much. With that, we irrigate more fields than ever. And let's also take it to this area. And this should finish it up. The thing is, they're not really finishing it, right? So they're doing the first stage, which is kind of like the whole, and only then do they finish it up. But until then, we don't have any water or anything like that. Trade and tribute, part 1. So we need to place 2 kilns, okay? We were working on advanced there a bit already. Let's build a second kiln right next to the other one, so that we can actually start with that. And then we have our balance here for the pottery, and this we can set to export, so that we actually then provide it then also to my people. And who's that? What's going on here? Someone was going to the market, a rather big procession. They're going out again. Was that my export here now that we had novice trader? Okay. No idea what that was about. We have enough meat, danger and troop orders. And outside of an established city, you should be wary of potential attack. So we can also place a flag then. And on this flag, my soldiers will then gather as well. Okay, next in line, we can see that we are providing now some services to the common homes. Health, security, diversion, religion and civic is still missing. So let's have a look at that. There's my civic, right? So that is a school. A Tlatoani provides a civic education and martial training to young boys. Sounds like the right deal. And over here looks like a good location for that, because we have quite the coverage with it then. And then we also need to provide some temples. And then we have here the shrines, the first ones, right? And I'm probably going to have one... some over here. This side has awful symmetry. This side has weak symmetry. It's another little puzzle, finding the right location for this. Let's go with this side here for my first shrine, to provide some religion as well. Doesn't take long. And those two are being finished. Okay, also we should rally troops far away from my city. Let's just see. I guess over here, this looks fine as a rally point. 2 captains we need. And now my troops take some time here to marshal. I should probably also build me a few more common homes, by the way. And there's also my first temple now coming along. That's the school, sorry. This one's now providing the service. And we can see that Civic is now also satisfied, which just leaves the religion now. By the way, for health, we have the sweeper, we have the well dipper, a herbalist, or a second well dipper. Let's go with the second well dipper up here. It's also nice for firefighting. And there's my formation, right? So this is my army, more or less. We can now redeploy them, and we can also disband them, just in case. We also have this for the fortress here that is protecting us right now anyway. Okay, we're still not able to store provisions in my granary to the amount of what we need. It's a bit strange, but we were growing rather quickly. And the second shrine has been finished as well. This provides now also religion to my people, right? Quite a bit of that, actually, way more than what we need. So health is the only thing missing now a bit, I think, at least. I don't know why it's green. Oh, clean water only 79% access, and the sweeper only has 91% access. It seems like this service is not enough. So the second sweep well depot over there should do the trick. And perhaps a second sweeper a bit further away from the other one. Right, so that we cover more of the city. We should also set up some fortifications, at least according to the mission. So I have no idea what we can expect here. So out here, there we should build it, but we can't because this is outside of the map edge. So we need to be a bit away from the map, right? So here might be a good location for this. And it also has then a gate here that we probably want to have. And then I would also like to have a tower here. Alright. That health bonus. We can also see what kind of goods they can access, right? Lots of meat, by the way. They're producing nice, even though they still are short of weapons and armor. So I guess we can further boost their efficiency with providing those. Another thing we can do, since we have lots of stone, right? Or at least a bit of it, we can actually build some stone roads. This also gives higher service access actually to my people. So perhaps we can build a few of these already. There you go. Stone roads. Still wasn't enough. The sweeper is working though. That's working. It has staff on board too. And your settlement should be defended by stockades, 43% enclosed. So this one here is still missing. And then we have also the proper fortifications. I think here... oh, there also needs to be something here, right? That's an entry point. Where someone may enter my town. Let's just see. This one's a natural border, I guess. And then we can have one here that is blocking us lake to river. And also make a nice entrance here. So this has been a preview hands-on gameplay of Tlatoani. I hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to check out the link in the video description if you want to find out more about this game. Stay tuned.